Violet, good to see you again. Welcome back to Popternative.
Thank you for having me again.
You know what? It's crazy because M3GAN 2.0 at some point was like announced that the sequel was going to be coming, and then it was
Yep,
announced that you were filming it, and now it's coming out
I
very soon.
know.
But does it feel like the announcement of something is like an event on its own? Like the movie's not even out yet, but like does it feel like the event is like a bit like its own, like an announcement is its own event? It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's insane. And that went by so fast. Like I literally feel like I just filmed Megan 2.0 yesterday and now it's literally coming out this month.
It's
So,
interesting too, right? Because at some point you're going to get that call that you're going to return for M3GAN 2.0. You know nothing, right? You don't know scripts, you don't know everything. Is there
yeah.
like, what is that mindset that you know what's going on, but at the same time you don't? Like all you know is that you're returning to play this character.
I mean, honestly, just hope for the best. You do not know how much I was dying to get the Megan 2.0 script. I was coming up with my own ideas in my head, and I was like, what is it going to be about? And then I remember the day that I finally got the script. My mom's like, I got the Megan 2.0 script. And I was like, okay. We sat down, read it all in that one night. There's tears, laughter, every emotion. And I was like so curious to see how we were going to bring Megan 2.0 to life. And I was so excited to return.
So much is happening in horror movies right now, and a lot of elements are being thrown in there. There is some comedy in the first one. This one's got some comedy, but some sci-fi components to it as well, with a robot component. What was that like, kind of reading all of those elements in the M3GAN 2.0 script when you got the scripts and
I
seeing it come to life when you got into production?
I'm so excited. I saw Megan 2.0 already and I loved it. I thought it was awesome. And I just really hope the audience also loves it as well, which I hope they will. I think they'll like it. But no, it's amazing. And I can't wait for them to meet new cast members as well, which it's gonna be cool.
Take me through like showing up. You wouldn't even answer this with M3GAN, like the first M3GAN, but it's like at some point you're gonna get the sets, you're gonna see everything, you're gonna see the robot and everything. Like, what is that like? That first couple of days on set specifically?
Dude, that first day on set, when I first saw all the new sets for Megan 2.0, I've never seen anything like it in any sort of movie. No, these sets are they're amazing. You've never seen anything like them. And in person, they're just so cool. I love movie sets and sound stages. They're just awesome. And the new Megan 2.0 doll is just really Megan 2.0, like so upgraded and new outfits, got the new hair, I think they're gonna love it.
Did your, seeing the global kind of success and popularity of M3GAN for the first movie, has that prepared you for what to potentially expect for M3GAN 2.0 once it's out in theaters, or is that something you try not to think about, so to speak?
I mean, you can really never expect what's gonna happen
No.
on a movie set. But I was just so grateful to be back with everybody, the cast and crew, because we got like most of the same crew back, which was awesome, and a lot of the cast as well. So it was, but again, you can just really never expect. You can't go like, oh, people are going to really love this. Like, oh, this dance is gonna go super viral. Like, we had no idea that was gonna happen. So you just gotta hope for the best. But we enjoyed making it, and when you take like 3 months or just a long time to make something, seeing it all come together and then like hearing the audience laugh, there's like nothing like that at all. And I'm just so grateful that I got to be a part of something super unique.
I love horror movies so much.
Dang, dude, like I love them.
So it's because I feel like there's just so much happening in the genre right now in regards to like there's different ways to scare people.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean? And like the
for sure.
M3GAN movies, I mean, touch on technology, right? The technological advancements and everything, right? So it's right there. That's like really terrifying,
Oh
right?
yeah, no, it's scary for sure.
Um, you and your sister Madeline, you are both also, you're making movies, you're making movies together. You're also going on the other side as executive producers and everything. I'm wondering, was there something like, was there a movie that or a show that you worked on that really kind of like made you want to go behind the camera and like just like make things too rather than just act? Or was it kind of everything at once?
Great question. And so when I was very young, when I did The Haunting of Hill House, there was a ton of stunts involved in that. And I never really wanted to be like a director or producer at that age, but I did want to be like a stunt coordinator because I think stunt people are so cool, even though their job is extremely dangerous, but that's okay. And I think when I worked on, I think it was something like Black Widow, and I
Yeah.
was just like, getting to be a director on this or produce this and part of writing this must be so cool. And when I got to be a producer with my sister and mom on The Curse of the Necklace,
Yeah.
it was amazing to see that side of things because I had so much respect for the producers already. But then being on that side of things and seeing like all the calls, all the meetings that you have to be on that could be 3 to 6 hours long daily, like you just have to be a part of that stuff. And it's a lot of work and effort, but it is so cool getting to see it all come together. And I really hope to continue to produce and maybe one day direct something. That would be cool. Maybe one day.
Getting back to horror movies, because I feel like your answer is a perfect kind of segue to this, is like, seeing it, right? Kind of, you mentioned like Black Widow, being there and seeing everything and seeing the
Yeah.
well-oiled machine. Is it interesting to also think about the fact that, yes, a lot of movies have, special effects, a lot of movies have it, but it's like the ability just to kind of like I said, like we said, like the ability just to like be scary with like the fact that people are scary. Like it's like simple. Is that interesting to you as well? The simple aspect of horror movies?
I would say so for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting to think about. And I just love it too, because there's like, I feel like some people that usually, like I've got my friends into a lot of horror movies.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I feel like you have to, like people are like, oh, I don't do horror movies. But it's like, a lot of them now have like comedy in them. So they're not all, you know
Yes,
what I mean?
that's what I love about M3GAN is like I feel like it has a mix of everything, like comedy, horror, like scare. I think it's like perfect. Like everyone can go see that, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And, my filmmaker hat, thinks about these things when I ask you this question. But, there's going to be some scenes that we see in M3GAN 2.0. We see your character and, it's like 2-3 minutes a scene and then it goes to the next scene, right? And, but I know that there's a chance that that scene might have taken you a day or two to film, even though we
Yes.
see. So when that happens, do they feel like their own mini movies? Those like big scenes?
I
Or
would
like...
I mean, I would say so. I mean, that's so funny that you say that because I have had so many scenes that have taken like, I don't know, 10, no, not 10 minutes, like maybe 2 hours a day to take that scene because there's so many different angles and a bunch of different setups and close-ups that, they need to get, which is so funny. And no one in the audience thinks of it that way. They're like, oh, nice. And it's like, it could be a 3 hour long day shoot and it's like a 2 minute scene. That's what I think about.
And these movies, like the M3GAN movies it's simple. You have a good time when you go to these movies. That's like what it's all about. Given that, I know you try not to do this as an actor. I know as an actor, you want to stay present and focus with the role and do it justice. I get that. But given what I just said about M3GAN 2.0 and M3GAN, about how much fun they are on the edge of your seat for the audience, are you ever conscious of the audience member watching M3GAN 2.0 while you're making it? Or is that something that happens a little bit after you wrap?
I mean, I don't really like to think of it that way because I feel like it could really trip up on my acting and just don't overthink on set. I mean, and there's nothing like making the audience laugh and cry. Like it's always amazing, but again, you can't really predict how they're gonna react or anything like that. But you just gotta hope for the best.
No, absolutely. When do the conversations happen with your cast compared to the like writers and directors? Is that a more like before you film thing? Is there a lot of conversations happening during M3GAN 2.0 filming? Like I'm just curious because at some point there's going to be a lot of conversations, but I'm wondering when they happen.
I would say most of them did happen like a few weeks in advance before shooting because rehearsals and I wanted to talk to Gerard about having I got to do a keto, which was awesome. Cady does a keto and she also does soccer and she's also older. So he was like, how is that gonna be? Because Cady's older. And it was kind of nice because I got to grow up with Cady. Like it kind of worked out perfectly because we both got older, which is awesome. And I had a few conversations, I would say, before I went to New Zealand, but most of them happened in New Zealand. And some of them honestly during while we were filming, that always happens on set.
I feel like a lot, depending on the set, like you're so in the zone because all the prep, I mean, when you're making the movie, it's like all the prep has been done, right? So like, there's a chance too that it's just, you're just rock and rolling, right? You're just going into it and doing it, which is interesting. I'm wondering for you from a storytelling acting perspective, when you work on something that's so big like the M3GAN franchise, the learning experiences I'm sure like happen every day. Even in between takes, you're always learning something. What were the biggest learning experiences for you on this new film, M3GAN 2.0, compared to the first one? You did mention kind of key to the soccer, growing up with a character, but anything else specifically?
I mean, in the movie, I got to do a lot of my own stunts, which typically doesn't happen because I don't know, maybe I was younger or the stunts were too dangerous for me. But there are some insane stunts that when the movie comes out, we can talk about. We'll come back. That I've never gotten to do before, and the stunt team is amazing. Ike, stunt guy, love him. And I've never gotten to do Aikido either. And Aikido is like, it's funny when you watch like a movie or show, whatever, that does like martial arts or something, you don't think of it as like, oh, they took time to train like that, you know, like they don't think like that. And when I was doing Aikido, it's like very specific movement. So I was nervous that I wasn't going to be able to pull it off, but I did. So I got to learn Aikido and a lot of cool stunt things that you'll see in the film.
And I'm so excited for people to check out the film because it's crazy that you could talk about the fact that like people are like going to be able to see it like next week, right? It's crazy.
I don't even, that doesn't even sound real. That sounds like I'm lying. Like that is insane.
Yeah, like you did like a bunch of press days, and I bet you it was just a lot of like, the movie's coming out.
It's coming out this month.
June 27th, M3GAN 2.0 will be in theaters. They can check it out.
Okay, before we go, actually, I do want to show you something that's pretty cool. This just came in today. So this is like a M3GAN like Monster High doll.
Whoa, that is awesome.
The glare is so bad.
That's so cool.
I'm never obviously taking it out of the box because this is insane, but like, look at that. Like, she's a diva.
People are going to want to get one of those.
I know.
For sure.
No,
That is, she's a diva, 100%. She's a,
yeah.
she might or might
Icon.
not be, she might or might not be a flying diva.
Exactly. You know what? She is a flying diva, and that's okay. That's cool, you know? You don't get that every day.
There might or might not be something else dropping June 27th, but we'll wait. We'll have to wait and see. They just got to follow Popternative to find out. But yeah, that's all we're going to say right now. But,
Exactly.
Violet, good to see you again. Thank you so much for your time.
Of course. Thank you for having me. This was awesome.
Of course. Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. Until next time, this is Violet McGraw and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.